update on what's been going on with the Nolan Wells case. There's a lot been going on, man. A lot of talking back and forth. You know what I'm saying? A lot of pointing the fingers, But we have to find out what happened to this dude, man. We have to find out. You know what I'm saying? It's good that a lot of people are doing videos about it. It's good that a lot of people are talking about it because guess what? That can be my kid. That could be your kid. That could be my grandson. That could be your grandson. We have to find out what really happened. That's all it is. We need to know the facts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's been a lot of covering up, a lot of not saying this and not saying that, and we just want to know what happened. You know what I'm saying? If you've been catching up, Officer Tatum been coming around. It seems like he's the spokesman for the boys. But the thing is, Chad, that we have to look at everybody, not just them boys, not just the ones that was on the boat that we know that he came to that island with. You have to really look at everybody. You know what I'm saying? The girl that they say that he stayed with, you know what I'm saying? We have to really interview and understand the whole picture. If you look at that island, it was a lot of people out there, a lot. You know what I'm saying? So the focus should be on everybody, and we just want to get to the bottom of it. I've covered this topic a couple of times. I let it, die out for about a week. Now I got to come back at it. You know what I'm saying? Because we got updates, a lot of things going on. They put out a phone call, that's supposed to be in between the guys that was on the boat and the people that's supposed to bring out the tow service, right? And it's a little bit in there that, that like Nolan was there, that, you know what I'm saying? But we really don't know the process. But the good news is that people are still talking about it. We're still wondering what's going on. We're still talking about it. This has to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to know what happened to this little young kid. He's supposed to be at football practice right now, right? He's supposed to be getting ready for the season. You know what I'm saying? But instead, his family, and shout out to them, you know what I'm saying? They're going through a lot. They are mourning, you know what I'm saying, his death, even as of to this day. Just want to know what happened. You know what I'm saying? And whether you like Benjamin Crump or you don't, you got to give him credit for continuously speaking on this, because in my opinion, if it wasn't for Benjamin Crump, this would have been swept up under the rug. This would have been swept up under the rug, in my opinion. I would like to take you out on my boat. Well, if you take me out on your boat, guess what, boy? I know how to swim. You know what I'm saying? I know how to swim. So if you take me out there on that boat, I like going out on the water. I like going out there fishing. I like going in the water and swimming. I've been doing that all my whole entire life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what you mean by that, but guess what? This ain't that, and that ain't this. I've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? I know how to pay attention to detail. You know what I'm saying? But back to the subject. We have to find out what really happened to this kid. We really have to find out. You know what I'm saying? As we get more information. And my thing, no chat, is with the autopsy report that the family did, that Colin Kaepernick paid for. Shout out to Kaepernick for paying for it. But the only thing that I was kind of shook up about is that Benjamin Crump was the one that read the autopsy report. I don't want to hear Benjamin Crump read us the autopsy report. I want to hear from a professional on the dudes, or what really, what the autopsy report clarified. You know what I'm saying? Because you just never know. Tell us what it means that when your throat is not there. You know, a lot of people are talking about that's normal for, you know, the throat to be missing, like they say when they got the body, the throat was missing. Some people are saying that that's normal. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But if Benjamin Crump would have had a professional explaining that to us, then we would have gotten some clarity, you know what I'm saying, on the autopsy report. See, that's another thing that I got to say about Benjamin Crump them. You know, if it's normal for a throat to be missing or not included with the rest of the body, he should have told us that, either or. But because he's not a professional, when he said it, it just let us know what. I automatically thought, well, golly, the throat is missing. I already thought, well, golly, why is the throat missing? Why are they holding back? You know what I'm saying? But we finna get ready to listen to Benjamin Crump. My boat can travel far out into the ocean, many, many miles out from shore. So we're going to listen to Benjamin Crump as he give us the latest report on what's next. You know what I'm saying? Because in Mississippi, they already labeled it as a drowning. You know, I don't know if, in my opinion, I'm thinking that once they labeled it as a drowning, the case is over with, in my opinion. But we have to keep talking about it. Long as we keep talking about it, we keep bringing it up, we keep doing these live streams, whether you agree or disagree, that's going to force more investigation on what's going on with this case. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to know what really happened to this guy. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, we have to know. And another thing that's very important, Chad, is that the original autopsy report from the Mississippi people have not came back yet. A lot of people are saying a whole lot of different things about Nolan Wells. You know what I'm saying? I've said some things, you know, because you know when you're young, you're on the football team, right? It's summertime. You know what I'm saying? You're kicking it with the people. You're kicking it with your people. All kind of things happen. You do all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's being a football star. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And they bringing up some things that maybe Nolan Wells probably would have participated in. You know what I'm saying? So everything has to be brought out to the light, right? Everything has to be brought out to the light. You know what I'm saying? As we figure out what's going on with this case. But parents and youngsters, you got to use this as a case study, right? You have to know who you're dealing with. Parents, you have to know who your kids are dealing with. You have to know these things to the best of your ability. Nolan Wells' mom and dad supposed to know all those parents really, 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 really well, so they can make an observation. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look out, son. I don't think you need to be rocking with them. I see something in them that I don't really sit well with. And guess what? You don't need to be rocking with them. You know what I'm saying? But the parents, as you know, a lot of parents in 2026, they really don't know the parents, you know what I'm saying, of the kids who they be rocking with. They really don't know the parents. See, back in my days, my friends and my parents and their parents were friends. They knew one another very, very, very well. And everybody's interest was the same. Everybody's rules and regulations was the same. But in 2026, a lot of parents really don't know. They really don't know the parents of their kids, friends. They don't know the parents. And you know, particularly in 2026, a lot of parents are raising their kids differently. This household is raised one way. That household is raised a totally different way. But then they're hanging around each other. That is no. When my kids were young, Chad, my kids are grown. Thank God my kids are grown in 2026. It's very difficult raising kids in 2026. It's very, very difficult. Very difficult. You know, when I had my kids was young, we had to know the parents. We had to know them really, 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 really well. I don't care what my daughters say. I have to know those parents really well. We have to be on a damn near like best friends. Because guess what? Both households have to have the same rules. That's what I would always look for. When my kids say, well, such and such my friend, this my friend. Okay, first of all, you ain't got no friends. You ain't got no friends. But if you say that's your friend, let's see what the parents are about. Then I take the time to get to know the parents. What rules and regulations they have in their house. What are they doing? If what they're doing in their household, does it align with what I'm doing in my household? If it aligns with what I'm doing in my household and we got the same rules, and guess what? We have the same mentality on where we want our kids to go, then okay. Then we can start building a relationship. But if your household, if you drink and smoke and I don't drink and smoke, and you allowing your kids to drink and smoke and I don't allow my kids to drink and smoke, once I peep that out, my kids ain't coming to your house no more. Straight up. And I'm raising my kids like that from a really young age. A really young age. Where your daddy and your mommy at? Well, my mama is a doctor right now. My mama is a doctor. My daddy is a retired Vietnam veteran. They doing their thing. That's what they're doing right now, JFK 2027. Yeah. Let me say it again. My mama is a doctor. My daddy is a Vietnam veteran. Yeah. And they doing their thing. But the thing is we have to understand where our kids are, what our kids are doing, who they hanging around, who they listening to. You know what I'm saying? And the past 20 years, a lot of parents have been dropping the ball. They don't raise their kids up knee-high to a grasshopper. They don't raise their kids up from knee-high to a grasshopper. You know what I'm saying? And that's very, very important from being a parent, is that once you find out, which like on this wall right here, once you find out your plan, you have to teach it to your kids from a very young age. And you have to direct your kids, basically, to the best of your ability. Now, of course, some of them gonna fall off of the track. You know what I'm saying? But as a parent, you have to do the best that you can do. And it starts damn near from when they come up out the pussy. Yeah, I said it. From when your kids come up out of that pussy, you have to start directing them with the plan on where you want their life to go. You have to start programming their mind on where you want their life to go, who to hang around with, how to pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? So now we finna get ready to listen to Benjamin Crump as he update us on what's going on with the family. Appreciate y'all for joining me. JFK 2027, Bora evidence, whatever. Appreciate y'all for coming through, rocking with me. This is an update on the Nolan Wells case. Everybody's talking about it. We have to find out what happened to this young man, no matter what it is. We have to find out what happened to him. And then as parents and grandparents, you have to use it as a case study. You know what I'm saying? You have to teach your kids the importance. Underage drinking is very, 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 very horrible. You have to teach your kids that from a very early age. Now, that's very hard to do because once they get to college, you know, they get 18 and stuff like that, you know, it's very, very difficult. But you have to teach them at a very early age. You don't need to be drinking. That's what's so great about the internet. You could take these things as a case study and teach it to your kids and tell them what happens. You know, if you don't listen to what I tell you to do, if you sit here and you want to be a drink, if you want to drink and do drugs at a young age, you know what I'm saying? When you out on these type of parties, it's a lot of drinking and drugging, a lot of bad decision making by young kids. See, it's all about decision making. What decisions you want to make as a youngster? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to be mature enough to make the right decisions? You know what I'm saying? We have to understand that. As we got 8 people in the building, appreciate y'all for rocking with me. We finna get ready to play Benjamin Crump. As we pray for these families, as we pray for Nolan Wells and his family, you know what I'm saying? I hope they find closure to the situation. That's why kids, it's very, very important that you listen to your parents. Don't be hard-headed. A lot of us, especially when you're young, dumb, and full of cum, I said it. You be hard-headed, wet behind the ear, young, dumb, and full of cum. As far as the females go, you get hot, you know what I'm saying, behind these dudes. But you have to be mature. You have to listen to your parents and understand. If your parents, a lot of these parents understand there's a lot of pussy, weed, and alcohol and drugs when it comes to these type of environments. When you're around jocks and all these type of things in this type of environment, man, people doing drugs and all kind of shit. And when you go off to an island like that, people getting high, drunk, and as a youngster, you have to realize that you got to pick and choose or who you going to rock with. So I'm finna go on and play this right now, chat. This is my first time watching this as well. So we're going to see what the update is. Shout out to Benjamin Crump. He's trying to do the best that he can do. A lot of people don't like him. A lot of people don't rock with him. You know what I'm saying? But he tries to do the best that he can. You know, shout out to these families. I hope y'all find closure. You know, I hope God bless y'all, you know, the best of ways, because I can't imagine losing a kid. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine that. So here we go, chat. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me, chat. I'm your host, the one on the Stock Sniper. This is the Freedom of Speech channel. So everybody that's in the building, drop your comments. Let me know what you think. A Vanity Cat fan, Crump is a racist. Have you realized Crump and Trump, they kind of rhyme? His name is Benjamin Crump, Donald Trump. Ain't that weird? That's crazy, Chad. Well, here we go. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I'm your host, the one on the Stock Sniper. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Y'all could be anywhere else, but y'all decide to listen to me. And I love and I appreciate y'all. Here we go, Chad.
Thank you to President and CEO of the National Urban League, Mark Morial. Please give a great round of applause for him not thinking it robbery to invite the families to be here at this great convention. We are so grateful to him and the others in the civil rights community for standing up like they have stood up in the past. And just like we got justice for George Floyd, just like we got justice for Breonna Taylor, just like we got justice for Ahmaud Arbery, we gonna get justice for Nolan Wells. We gonna get justice for Daniel Irvin.
I'll be right back, Chad.
We gonna get justice for Tyler Smith. And the large part is because you all are not afraid to speak truth to power. Thank you, Mr. Mario. Again, I'm Attorney Ben Crump, along with Attorney Lisa Park, Attorney Eric Hertz. We are here fighting for the family with other great lawyers for Nolan Wells. We also have present with us the family of Daniel Irvin, who many of you are just learning about outside of Dallas, Texas, and his tragedy. We have Attorney Sean DeRaya and Attorney Brooke Cluse fighting to help that family get justice, and we want to applaud his mother, Tamika, who has been fighting as only a mother would fight with not many people in the world listening. But we're listening today, Tamika. You are not alone, Tamika. You got Nolan's mother and father, Christine and Elmore Wansley, who are standing with you as well. Tamika, your daughter is here. You are not alone. God, please let her know she is not alone. Justice for Daniel Irvin. Attorney Harry Daniels, we also have the family of Tyler Smith. Lexington, Kentucky. You're going to hear from all these families. You're going to hear from Tyler's mother and especially his grandmother. You know, until the lawyers get there, until the community advocates get there, a lot of times these families are just by themselves, President Mariel. And thank God for this mother and this praying grandmother who refused to let them sweep the death of her grandbaby under the rug. And so I will say briefly about each of these tragedies. Obviously, many of you know about Nolan Wells. And you'll hear from his mother and father after brief remarks by Attorney Hertz and Attorney Park. But we all know July 4th, Nolan Wells goes with friends, celebrating the 4th of July. All the friends come back. Nolan Wells tragically washes up on the shore 2 days later, dead. And so we know all the current events that have been happening. We are announcing that we have the audio from the officials, and we have retained and are consulting with some of the foremost audio engineering experts to review those audio tapes from the CTO call in its entirety. We also, and Attorney Hertz may go into greater detail on these matters, have consulted President Mariel with oceanic engineering experts to talk about how these facts are lining up. The fact that they say Nolan's body was found in the same location where they say they left him at. And so we want to know, how is that possible with the oceanic tides? We want the experts. I mean, you got low tides and high tides. It's not adding up, so we are going to dot every I and cross every T until we find out what happened to Nolan Wells. Attorney Hertz will also go into a little more detail, and Attorney Park, about how we're trying to coordinate with Dr. Roger Mitchell, who conducted the independent autopsy of Nolan Wells to be able to inspect his throat that was missing with his body when he was flown to do the autopsy with Dr. Mitchell. Also, we are hopeful that they will discuss with Dr. Mitchell the photographs and observations made at the time when Nolan was first discovered, because Dr. Mitchell did not get an opportunity until July 10th to be able to examine his body. And at that time, we know the airways and the lungs had already been dissected and so forth, so we can't tell if there was the presence of water or not. That would suggest whether he drowned or not. And remember what Dr. Roger Mitchell said in his autopsy. President Mariel, he talked about the fact that to say he drowned does not draw the conclusions of what happened to Nolan Wells. He said it is equally important to know at what condition was Nolan Wells' body when he went into the water. Was he conscious or was he unconscious? Was he forced into the water or did he go unforced into the water? He said all of these things are very important. And so we're dotting I's and crossing T's. We are focused on getting to the truth, and we stand for the truth. Me and everybody on my legal team stand for the truth, no matter who it implicates or who it exonerates. We stand for justice, no matter who it convicts or who it acquits. And we stand for transparency, so everybody can see. And that's all we want. We want answers. We're not casting aspersions on anybody. We are saying that we want to make sure everybody who is remotely involved has their questions answered to make sure we have a full and fair and impartial and transparent investigation. And is that too much to ask for these broken-hearted parents? Is that too much to ask? That's all. If it was your child, wouldn't you want the same thing? And I get it, they're attacking me, they're attacking Reverend Al, they're attacking the parents of Nolan Wells. We don't care about those distractions. We ain't no ways tired. We are completely focused, completely laser focused on getting to the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us, God. And so the threats, the attacks mean nothing to us. We will not be deterred. Look into our eyes. We're going to get to the truth. I am so grateful to Mr. Byron Allen for donating $100,000 to the GoFundMe so we can help get the best experts in the world. I am thankful to Reverend Al Sharpton. I am thankful to Mr. Tyler Perry. I'm thankful to Mr. Tara Owens. I am very thankful to everybody who did not think it robbery to say, what can we do to help people get to the truth and call in to the tip line so we can help not only Nolan Wells' family, but we can help Daniel Irvin's family, and we can help Taylor Smith's family as well. Everybody on social media, please continue to ask questions. Please continue to share photographs, share videos. It all helps us solve this potential of what happened to Nolan Wells. I mean, isn't it so important? Somebody saw something. Somebody knows something. As Christine and Elmore have said, if you're really Nolan's friend, you know in your heart of hearts that if the roles were reversed, that Nolan would say something. He would call and tell what he saw. And so that's all they're asking. Do for Nolan what he would have done for you. Do for Nolan what he would have done for you. Do for Nolan what he would have done for you. Congresswoman Beatty, we thank you in the Congressional Black Caucus. Please stand and join us, Congresswoman, because you all asking the questions from the Department of Justice and the FBI. It's important that we have the full weight and force of everybody who has any kind of authority to be able to help us get answers on Nolan Wells and the other 18-year-old black boys. Now, before I bring up the lawyers, I just want to say a word about Daniel Irvin and about his case, and you'll hear from Attorney John DeRaya, and after you hear from his mother, Tamika. So similar in what they're saying about Nolan Wells, and that is her 18-year-old son, President Maria, Congresswoman Beatty, two young white teenagers come, pick them up from their house, leave, they go on, I guess it's an alleged fishing trip. Her son, I guess they are saying, accidentally drowned. But his two friends then throw away his clothes, right, Sean? Throw away his cell phone, go and delete all the text messages between Daniel Irvin and them, and then say nothing. If it's an accidental drowning, why wouldn't you come to his mother and tell her he drowned by accident? Why wouldn't you go to the authorities? Why wouldn't you go to somebody and say there was a terrible tragedy, he accidentally drowned? But no, they gonna throw away all of the evidence that is germane to finding out what happened. And it's only after his mother raised all kind of hell, and for 4 days they are searching for what happened. Minister Dominique Alexander and the activists in Dallas, they're saying, no, something happened to Daniel Irvin. We got to get to the bottom of this. Then and only then, Mark Mariel, the young people come forward to the authorities with their parents, and they say, well, we were there, and they confessed that they threw away his cell phone and his clothes, and they deleted the messages. And so law enforcement charged and arrested him after 3 months. 3 months passed, not until Nolan Wells started making the news did they finally come and they arrest them, but not for the death of Daniel Irvin. They arrest them with tampering with evidence, and that's it. And what his mother is saying, what Attorney DeRaya is saying, what Attorney Brooke Cluse is saying is simply this. If they would lie about his cell phone and throw it away, if they would lie about his clothes and throw it away, if they would lie about deleting text messages between Daniel and them, how can you believe it when they say it was an accidental drowning? They need to take this case to a grand jury. And you're going to hear from this mother talk about other things that don't add up, about the conduct of the boys immediately after the drowning, the alleged drowning. It's so critical and important that we remember Daniel Irvin as well. And then Attorney Park, Attorney Bruce, we talk about Tyler Smith, and I'll just try to paint the picture real quickly for you, and then you'll hear from these parents, these broken-hearted parents. 4th of July. You can't make this stuff up, Congresswoman Beatty. Attorney Daniels, 4th of July, same 4th of July 2026 when Nolan goes missing. Tyler Smith in Lexington, Kentucky is the only black person in the home where they're having a 4th of July small house party. Somehow, Tyler ends up being shot in his head, dead. 911 is called. They come, the police get there. The police retrieve the gun, and then they take their word as the gospel that he shot himself. They don't do gunshot residue on the hands of Tyler or nobody else. I mean, basic investigation 101. If you say he shot himself, wouldn't you bag his hands and wouldn't you test it for gunshot residue? But they don't do that. And you're going to hear from his grandmother and his mother as to the explanation, the implausible explanation that they offered them. And the fact that the gun, President Mariel, that they claimed he used to shoot himself with, the police, after they do analysis, it does not match the casings that they found on the floor to where he shot himself at. So still, they are taking their word for it. And it's 7 days later, right, Miss Lindsay? 7 days later, after they did say who I was in the house, they have to identify everybody who was in the home. And then they have to track down, well, if this is not the gun that caused the death of Tyler Smith, well, where's the gun at? So they have to go investigate, and they go surround one of the young men's houses, Lee Mary, and they surround the house. He doesn't come and volunteer after knowing that they're trying to find out and get evidence about what happened to Tyler Smith and come forward voluntarily. They have to go to his house and surround it, and then he comes out and finally he volunteers that this is the gun. Think about that, Kathleen Tree. Just think about that for a second. You would think, after all of that, he is surely going to be arrested and charged with killing or being in a way responsible for the death of this 18-year-old young black man. But no. He is only charged with tampering with evidence, correct, Ms. Neesey? Nothing more. And nobody in all three of the questionable deaths of these 18-year-old young black kids, nobody has been held accountable in any way. And so that's why we're here saying that we are not deterred. We're not going to let you sweep it under the rug. We're going to get to the answers of what happened to Nolan Wells, what happened to Daniel Irvin, and what happened to Tyler Smith. 3 18-year-old black boys in a 3-month period around 4th of July, 2026, who all were unalived in very similar ways as Nolan Wells. And I'm very thankful to his parents for using the attention that they were given and blessed with to also give attention to these other 18-year-old black boys. Thank you, Christine. Thank you so much, Elmore. At this time, before we get to your questions, you're going to hear briefly from Attorney Eric Hertz and then Attorney Lisa Park with some updates, and then you'll hear from Nolan Wells' parents. Attorney Eric Hertz, a great situation.
Thank you for showing up. I have some brief updates on the Nolan Wells case. We have been working with the district attorney. We've gotten a letter back yesterday, and she's willing to listen to some of the evidence we have, although we're having to still discuss her giving us back evidence. And that's something that we will see. The phones, not just our clients' phones, but the other phones that are involved in this situation, we are trying to coordinate and have come to a tentative agreement with the district attorney to go ahead and have them investigated together jointly with our experts as well as their experts, and I believe, if I'm not speaking out of turn, the FBI is going to also be present there, and that's going to show a lot of stuff that we haven't seen. I'm going to keep it short, but as I always say, I would like to say one more time, society is judged by how the most powerful treat the most vulnerable. and justice will prevail. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Attorney Eric Hurst. And now we will hear briefly from Attorney Lisa Park, who heads up our Atlanta, Georgia office and has been leading on this effort for Nolan Wells.
So today I just want to recognize all of these families for coming here today, traveling here to Nashville, even family that's here in the audience. If you think for just a moment, for these tragedies, they really just happened. They really just happened. And if you've never had a loved one that you've lost, it's hard. And you feel like going into a quiet place by yourself, mourning, grieving, doing all of our own religious rituals, right? And so it's quite hard that these families have had to come into the spotlight to stand up for their children. This is not where they want to be. And for those people who somehow think that they want to be in the spotlight, I guarantee you, this is not where they want to be. For all of these families, for every single family member that is suffering through these losses. So I want to commend all of these families. I also want to commend them for coming together as a group, right? Because all of us, we are stronger together. We are stronger together. And there are so many unanswered questions for all three of these cases. But there's hope. And I see that hope because we do get calls. We have been getting over 100 calls a day. And I want to thank everybody who's called in. Because for every time there's a hater that's saying that these people just want the spotlight, when somebody calls in with some encouragement, when somebody calls in with some information, it makes up for that. Because we know that we're stronger together. These questions, these cases can be solved, and we can do it together. So I want to thank everybody for calling, right? But I also, last thing, I want to encourage those who have not called yet, and you know that you have some information. One, I know that it's scary. I know that you may be scared. But if there's a time in your life to do the right thing, this is it. And you just have to be brave. And go ahead and please call us. These people, we need you. We need you. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Park. And as Nolan's mother and father get ready to come, I cannot express to you how encouraged we are that we're going to get to the truth. I mean, so many things are coming to light, and we're going to get to the truth. We are not trying to cast aspersions on anybody. We want the truth. We want the truth. That's what we want. And like we said, if that implication or exonerates you, then you got to talk to your Lord. You got to talk to your God. But we want the truth and nothing but the truth. And if it was your child, you would want the same thing. And so that's why everybody who got children, you could understand the pain, the agony that this mother and father have been dealing with since 4th of July. How people came, within hours of finding him saying, well, no foul play, just gone. How do you tell somebody just go on when my son is dead and nobody's giving us any answers? All those people out on that island, and you mean nobody knows nothing? Nobody saw anything? No, we refuse to accept that nobody knows nothing. We're going to get to the truth. We're going to get to the truth. We're going to get to the truth. And it's starting to come to light. Because truth is light. And we're going to get to the truth. Y'all give it up for the mother and father of Nolan Wells, Elmore and Christine.
Thank you all for being here today. It has been 27 days since we have been able to talk to our son, to hug him, to tell him we love him. This has been the most difficult time we have ever had. I want to tell you who Nolan was. Nolan was a God-fearing, God-loving child. He loved everyone. He was the person who would just make you feel comfortable just being in his space. He was never one to exclude. He always wanted everyone to be happy, to feel good, to have purpose. He would lift anyone up. It didn't even matter if he didn't know you. If you took that moment to just tell him a little bit about yourself, what you wanted to do with your life, right then and there, Nolan would be your biggest cheerleader. Today we are begging, because I'm not too proud to beg. We are begging, if anyone knows anything, his friends, strangers, please call the hotline, because we will not be able to rest until we get answers. But please understand that all of these distractions, these other questions that people, the attacks that people have sent our way, just know we will not be distracted. We are ready to do whatever we need to do as his parents to continue advocating for him, because Nolan is not here. He is not here to speak for himself. He is not here to tell us what happened. So again, we will not rest until we get answers. And if you know something, you need to let us know. Please do not be afraid. Okay? Thank you all so much again. We truly appreciate your love and support. Thank you.
I'm faced with a new challenge every morning, waking up, trying to process this. It's the biggest challenge I've ever had. I pretty much was raised up like a lot of you. I didn't have a lot, but I always said I wanted to give my children more than what I had. I think me and my wife did that. We raised Nolan to love everyone, be kind to everyone, because it was just the right thing to do. I got a lot of stuff, but what I really want to say is, like my wife said, if you know something, and you are really, if Nolan was really your best friend, or for the people who say that he was their friend, please come forward and tell us what you know. All we want to know is the truth. We're not blaming anyone. We just want to know the truth. Any parent wants that. Also, the disrespect that's been coming toward my wife and my family. For any parent, no matter what race you are, they need time to grieve. A parent can't grieve when you have people attacking them, attacking their jobs, attacking their character, just attacking them, period. Like, where's the empathy in it? We, as Americans, this is a diverse country. not no one race made this country. We all made this race, made this country. So we all need to come together. And like I said, if you know something, please come forward and just call our attorneys, give them information, and they'll take it from there. Just help us out, and not just us, but all these families need answers. Anyone with information on any one of these cases, please come forward. Because losing a child is something that you have to lose with the rest of your life. Thank you.
Thank you. And President Mario, I would just say the attacks, Christine has been a nurse for years, and she hasn't ever gotten negative reviews. But since she has been advocating to find out what happened to her 18-year-old son after he was washed up dead on Horn Island, sick people have been going on her company's website giving her negative reviews. Can you all imagine anything worse than that? That is a shame before God. They are just sick, evil people who would attack this mother and this father for simply saying, we want to know what happened to our child. Don't worry, Christine. We standing with you. We are standing with you. Yep, and next we're going to have the mother of Daniel Irvin come and talk about her child and tell you what happened in her words, and then you'll hear brief remarks from attorney Sean DeRay.
That's some crazy shit right there. Man, that lady said that she is a nurse practitioner. Shout out to all the nurses. Shout out to all the doctors. Shout out to all the healthcare providers. Imagine your kid. You just want to know what happened to your kid. All of a sudden, you start getting all these negative reviews on your job. They find out where you work at and all this kind of weird stuff. The next thing you know, they are giving negative reviews about you on your job that could possibly cost that lady her job as a nurse practitioner. Really, really good job, by the way. If you are a nurse practitioner, that's kind of like right up under a doctor. You know what I'm saying? That's a really, really, really good career. Really good job. And all of a sudden, she's just trying to find out what happened to her son. And weirdos, scumbags are calling that lady job, not calling the job, going on there to Google and giving her Google bad reviews. Crazy, 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 crazy stuff. And you know, if you know anything about a nurse practitioner is like when the doctor don't see you, you'll see a nurse practitioner. Nurse practitioner is basically another level of a nurse, where a nurse practitioner can prescribe you medication. You know what I'm saying? And all the negative reviews that lady been getting can basically cost her job. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people be looking at those reviews, and she's licensed where she can give prescription medication. You know what I'm saying? And they are giving her negative reviews. She just want to know what happened to her son, like anybody else. And you know, that's a sad situation to be in, man. I feel sorry for the lady and for her husband, the man. Because if you really look at what's going on, somebody knows something, man. You know, 4th of July, the 250th birthday of America. Everybody's out and about, especially at a beach or at an island. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's out and about. So somebody seen something. Somebody seen something, chat. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how you want to look at it, what you think about it. Somebody seen something. All those kids out there, kids and adults. And no, they're adults. They're 18 years old. People are out there, all in the water, kicking it, having a good time. Something just ain't right, like Keith Sweat say. Something, 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 something just ain't right. Something ain't right about this, man. Somebody knows something. There's a lot of cover up going on. And guess what? If we keep talking about it, we keep doing videos, we keep questioning something, something, something just ain't right. Whatever it might be. If you think if you think that it was an accident, or if you think something really, really happened, we have to continue to talk about it. Because something just ain't right. If it was your kid, you would want us to be doing the same thing. If it was your grandkid, you would want to know too what really, really, really happened. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, as a parent, you have to be transparent. In other words, you can't act like your kid is all that in a bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, I'm gonna say it like this, but I'm gonna say it. A lot of times when these kids die, these parents be acting like their kids are all that in a bag of chips, like they ain't never did no wrong. Let us know. You know what I'm saying? Look, my son wasn't perfect. My son liked alcohol, this and this, that, and the third. Because we know they were out there drinking. We know this already. But don't try to make it seem like he was absolutely perfect. Don't do it. Be transparent. You know what I'm saying? Don't make it seem like he was just like godly type of person. Don't do it. Be transparent. You know, even though I'm grieving, but I'm still going to be transparent on how my kid really was. If I told my kid, watch who you hang around. Don't go hang around those people. Don't be drinking at a young age. You know what I'm saying? And if my kid did the direct opposite and something tragic happened like this, I'm going to let everybody know. Hey, man, my kid wasn't perfect. Yeah, he played football. He in college. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, my kid, let us know. I don't like when these parents try to act like their kids were perfect. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we all human. We all know what happens when you 18 years old, you the start a football team. Ain't nothing but football players around. Ain't nothing but jocks around. You know what I'm saying? You in high school. You're a freshman in college. He was a freshman in college. We all know what happens. 4th of July, Labor Day. You know what I'm saying? Homecoming, prom. We all know what happens. 9 times out of 10, we know exactly what happens. You know, so we have to be real about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Kids, youngsters, don't be drinking and then going out on that water. You know what I'm saying? Don't be drinking alcohol and going out there on that water. Don't be buying these kids alcohol when you know they're underage and letting them go to these beach parties. Come on now. We all been 18. We all been 21. We all been the Freaknik. We all been the Kappa. Majority of the time, people are drinking and getting high. Let's just keep it real. And if that's what's a part of the play, you have to let it be known. Yes, my son goes, and he goes to these proms and these fraternity parties and these college parties, and yes, they're drinking. They go to these beach parties, and yes, he was drinking. Kids, if you 18, 21, even adults, do not drink and go out on that water. We see people go out on boats, speed boats, drinking. Don't do it. There's a such thing as seasick. FMR 350, he drowned. Let's move on to more important things. You don't really know if he drowned or not. We don't know that. Where are all the white women at? We don't know if he drowned. FMR 350, we don't know that. If somebody's seen something, have you ever been to a beach party? FMR 350. Have you ever been to Freaknik? Have you ever been to Kappa Beach Party? And something happened to somebody knows something. Somebody knows something. Somebody seen something. The boys say he was with the girl. The girls say he was with the guy. Nobody seen nothing. If it's a beach party, bro, we gotta use a little common sense. A beach party, Freaknik, Kappa, a holiday like that. We were celebrating America's 250th birthday. Shout out to all the soldiers. Guess what, Chad? Somebody seen something, bro. Somebody seen something. It's more than just those kids that was on the boat. It's deeper than that. It's more broader than that. Why, Stock Sniper? Somebody seen something. If I'm at the beach party and I'm having fun, somebody seen something. Maddie, if he drowned, the autopsy would have shown that. So it's still unknown how he died. Something happened. That's all we're trying to figure out. The original autopsy, that's what we're waiting on. Now more people are saying, now they're saying he was doing dope. He was snorting cocaine. Now they're saying that he was doing dope. We all know how these type of parties go, bro. We all know. You in college, you're a freshman in college. It's a holiday. It's 4th of July. We all know how these parties go. Beach parties and all this kind of stuff. We know how it goes. That's why it's very important. Youngsters, if you 18, 19, 20, 21, don't be pressured. Don't drink when you're on the water. Don't do no dope. Do not drink when you're out on the boat. Don't do it. It's a bad water and drinking. Ocean water and riding on the boat and drinking liquor, it's a bad combination. It's bad. Even if drugs were involved, foul play could be too. Right. It just don't, we have to find out what really happened. Because it don't really make any sense. Nobody knows anything. And all those kids that was out there and nobody seen nothing, it don't make any sense. We have to find out what really happened, what really happened. We have to, I can't wait till the original autopsy come out. That's going to tell it all, chat. The last couple of days, if y'all been paying attention, chat, they've been talking about drugs. If it comes out on that first autopsy that he had cocaine in his system, if it comes out that he had cocaine in his system, it's over with. It's closed. If it comes out that he had cocaine, like they're saying the last couple of days, allegedly, they say he was doing cocaine out there on that water. You know what I'm saying? We can't act like, as grown-ups, right? We can't act like that's not a possibility. It's 2026. Freshman year of college. You're out about with your buddies. We have to be thoughtful and mindful. Even though we don't want it to sound like that. But you have to be realistic about these beach parties. We got to be realistic. It's a lot of pussy, weed, and alcohol and sex going on. If you've been in college, anybody that's been to college, particularly the freshman, sophomore year, the jocks, the football players, the cheerleaders, You know what I'm saying? The scallywags on the side. You already know how it go. But if they find out in that autopsy, the main one, that Nolan Wells had cocaine in the system, it's crucial. They already say he drowned, which in my opinion, I think that was a little quick. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that, okay, who seen this? Somebody seen something. No matter how you want to put it, somebody seen something. All the kids that was with him. The girls say he left with the boys. The boys say he stayed back with the girl. Everybody needs to be interviewed. The girl. We haven't seen that much of the girl. All the focus been on those boys at the boat. We need to focus on everybody. Not just those boys on the boat, but everybody need to be questioned, thoroughly investigated, drug tests, brought in for questioning. Everything, this, that, and the third. Not just open and close case. That's why youngsters and parents, you gotta watch who you roll with. You gotta watch who you rock with, because listen to the OG. What I've been seeing in 2026, nobody don't give a damn about nobody no more. Back in the 90s, people had a little bit of careness about each other. But now, nobody gives a damn about nobody. All they care about is themselves. And all they care about is clout. All they care about is attention. People care about attention more than they care about other people. Attention. And that's just what it is in this day and time. That's why you got to pay attention to who you be around. And you have to teach that to your kids and grandkids. You can't sit here and be friends with any and everybody. Because guess what, chat? People don't give a damn about nobody no more. They don't. All they care about is themselves. That's all they care about. They care about likes, views, and subscribers, and attention and clout more than anything. Attention. Long as they can get all the attention, they can give two fucks about you. And it's going to get worse. That's why you have to pay attention, young guys, 18, 20, 21 years old, 25, really around those ages. You have to pay attention to who you rock with. You have to pay attention. Don't be mesmerized if people give you a lot of attention. If a lot of people kissing your ass, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something just ain't right. Don't be addicted to attention. Wouldn't it? Them white crackers killed in the boat on that island. We really, I mean, we trying to find out, wouldn't it? Ray Shamrock, another black hoax. Now, something happened to that kid, Ray Shamrock. Something happened to him, man. It's not a hoax. Come on now, we got to use a little bit of common sense. Me personally, I don't think he drowned, because somebody would have seen something. Somebody would have said he fell in the water and didn't come back up. Nobody said that yet. Nobody has said, man, he fell into the water and we tried to get in there and get him, but the rip currents were so heavy that we just couldn't take a chance. Nobody said that. One person is saying he was on the boat with the guys. The guys are saying we left him with the girl. Come on now, we got to make it make sense. Nobody's saying we seen him and he fell in the water and the rip current was just so rough that we could not save him. That's why something happened to him, man. Something happened to that kid, bro. Now, we don't know what, but I don't think he drowned because he was not there by himself. They already said how many kids. It's the 4th of July, bro. It wasn't like he was on that island by himself. A lot of kids were there. A lot of boats were out there. Remember, those dudes, they left early. Allegedly, they left. Water in the boat. They left early. They left early. We're not talking about Carmelo Anthony, Ray Shamrock. We're not talking about Carmelo Anthony, bro. We know what happened with Carmelo Anthony. We know Carmelo Anthony stabbed that kid. We know that already, bro. This is something totally different. Stay on the topic, Ray Shamrock. This is the Freedom of Speech channel. But please, 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 stay on topic. Carmelo Anthony already got found guilty. And he's, I was about to say he at the walls, but he's not in Texas. Yeah, he is in Texas. Carmelo Anthony is at the walls right now. Probably on Ferguson or Cofield, one of them units. Carmelo Anthony stabbed the dude, bro. We know that already. That's a whole nother. That case is over with. The jury found him guilty, and that's just what it is. You have zero common sense. I got plenty common sense. The common sense that I know is that dude, Nolan Wells, is more to it than what they telling us. It's more to it than what they telling us, right? As far as Carmelo Anthony goes, we gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? Because it's bringing it back up for trial. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing it back up for trial. But a jury already found him guilty. So he's over there probably hitting on that Aggie right now. Carmelo stabbed Nolan. Ray Shamrock. Now you want to now you playing games, bro. Now, why? Because they lives. 2 youngsters that had a future. You know what I'm saying? They both lost their lives. Well, 3. Carmelo Anthony is somewhere on Ferguson, working in the fields, in the hot sun, hitting on that Aggie, working down them turn roads. The guy that he stabbed is dead, another youngster. Nolan Wells. We're trying to find out what happened to him. Come on, bro. Come on, Ray Shamrock. Don't do that, bro. You know, don't be a troll, right? Don't be a troll. Now you acting like you got 0. Now you act like you low IQ. Ray Shamrock. You acting like you low IQ now, bro. Come on, man. Everything can't be about jokes. Everything can't be about trolling. You know what I'm saying? Throwing the whole live off. This is the Freedom of Speech channel. You know, you can do what you do. But come on, man, be a little bit more mature. You act like you're 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? Be a little bit more mature about the live, about what we are discussing. Come on, man. That comment that you made, you know you're wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? You know you're wrong. Matter of fact, I gotta see who you are. Cause you acting like a kid right now. Let's see who you are. Ray Shamrock. You acting like a kid, bro. This is not the Kitty Kid channel. This is not the Kitty Kid channel. It's not. This the Make It Make Sense channel. Shamrock, don't spam the chat. And yeah, I said Shamrock. Shame Rock. Yeah, don't spam the chat, bro. You know, I appreciate you coming over here rocking with me. I appreciate the comment. This is the Freedom of Speech channel. I am your host, the one on the Stock Sniper. But come on, bro. This is a serious situation. Carmelo Anthony is a serious situation. Nolan Wells is a serious situation. It's not really nothing to play about. Carmelo stabbed Nolan. Come on, bro. Come on, man. But you know what? You have the freedom of speech. This is the Freedom of Speech channel. But don't be a bozo. Don't be a clown, bro. Have a little bit of common sense. Have a backbone about yourself. Ray Shamrock. Have a mind. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Ray Shamrock. You have zero common sense, bro. But then, like I always say, common sense these days ain't all that common. And Ray Shamrock, you just proved my point that I say all the time on the walk down. Yes, it's common sense, but common sense ain't all that common. And you just proved my point. You just showed absolutely no common sense. And that's a damn shame, bro. That's a damn shame. So with that being said, chat, I think I'm ending right here. I've been on here for an hour and almost a half. Appreciate y'all for coming to rock with me. We got to find out what happened to Nolan Wells, not just him, but the rest of these kids too, because it's a shame. And as I see, and shout out to ATM Tim, you know, bringing up more of these kids and more of these things that are happening that are not on the front street. It's a lot. It's something going on in America, chat, about these kids, you know, that are going through these situations. I hope it's a coincidence, but it's a lot of funny things going on. What's up, Fanbo Podcast 3638? Shamrock, if this was at your front door, would you have this same energy? He wouldn't. Fanbo Podcast, he wouldn't. He wouldn't have the same energy. You know, all this in there, you know, being funny. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't. So, I mean, that's why I said earlier, man, in 2026, people don't give a damn about nobody no more, chat. That's what I just got through saying about 30 minutes ago. In 2026, nobody really gives a damn about nobody no more. Fuck what you're going through, your kids or whatever the case may be. We have to start caring about one another. Dark Horse 5390, we waiting. Do you know when the autopsy will be available for the public? We need to know. I want to know when that autopsy, we need to know. But yeah, Chad, people don't care about nobody no more, bro. You know? And that comment by that guy, let me move up a little bit. That Ray Shamrock, you know, like I said 30 minutes ago, people don't care about nobody no more, man. Don't care about the kids. Don't care about the youngsters or what happened to them. Don't even care. Just making fun and jokes of any and everything. They go for Carmelo, Nolan, you know what I'm saying? The guy that lost his life, the twin, that kid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have to start caring about each other, bro. We have to start caring about one another. It's we the people. We have to start caring about one another. Caring about what happened, because just like Far Born Podcast say, that could have been my kid. That could have been my grandkid. That could have been, you know, we have to start having empathy and caring for one another, because guess what? That could have easily been my son or grandson. Have a promising future in college. Maybe made some bad choices, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, he's trying to head in the right direction, and then boom. So my heart goes out to all these families. The Carmelo Anthony family, the twins, you know, their family. My heart goes out to them, because I couldn't imagine something happening to me, to my son, my daughter, or my grandson, or my granddaughter. Because the object of life is, as parents, as grandparents, our kids and grandkids supposed to bury us. We're not supposed to bury our kids and grandkids. That's a tragedy. It's a sad situation. And youngsters, all you young guys out there, you have to pay attention to your circle. You got to know who you rocking with. Don't be so gullible to be friendly with any and everybody in 2026 and beyond. Don't do it. Pay attention to your circle. Pay attention to who you rock with. Make your circle who you rock with very, very, very small. Why, Stock Sniper? Because it can possibly keep you out of bad situations and hanging around people that really don't give a damn about you. Because like I say, in 2026, nobody cares about nobody, bro. People care about attention and drama more than they care about people. Sad, but it's absolutely true. People care about the attention that they get more than they care about you or your kids or your grandkids. And guess what? We have to understand as a nation is that it's we the people. The official state autopsy findings for Nolan Wells will not be released publicly until the complete investigation file is presented to the grand jury, while authorities have completed the autopsy. Yeah, we can't wait till it come out. Appreciate you for that update, Aura Bina. Appreciate you for the update. But Chad, I just pray for this family, the best, all these families, you know, because I just couldn't imagine if something like that happened to my kids or grandkids. So with that being said, Chad, I'm in the stream right here. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Everybody that's been rocking with the channel, I love and I appreciate y'all. Everybody that's been sticking around and comment, no matter what you think. This is the Freedom of Speech channel. Yeah, it's the Freedom of Speech channel. And I want y'all to come over here and speak y'all mind. You can come over here and speak your mind. And that's just exactly what it is. And I love and I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for coming and rocking with me, sharing your opinion, giving me your time. You know, as we spread the word on about these youngsters, about what we can learn, about how things are going in the world. People don't give a damn about nobody, Chad. Sad, but that's true. People don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And once we realize that, you have to keep your eyes open and your eyes open and your ears open. And you got to pay attention. Don't be so attracted to attention. You know, don't be so gullible to the attention that somebody give you, the praise that somebody give you. Because in 2026, 9 times out of 10, it's something behind it. So when somebody give you so much attention, somebody give you so much praise, that's a red flag. Something ain't right. Don't be so gullible to any situation. Don't be so gullible. That's the message. Kids, listen to your parents. If your parents tell you, don't be drinking, you're too young to be drinking, don't drink. If you're 18, 19, if you're a freshman in college, a junior, whatever, do not indulge in alcohol and drugs. Don't do it. And if a lot of your friends are doing it, don't be lost in the sauce. What do you mean, Stock Sniper? Don't feel left out because everybody else is doing it and you don't want to do it, because a lot of times, chat, they'll get drunk, they'll get high. You know what I'm saying? They'll do things that are not really common. And then if you don't want to do it, they'll say you lame, right? They'll say you're not hip. They'll say you scared. But guess what? It's okay to not be hip. It's okay to be lame. It's okay to not be up to date with the trends that are going on in 2026. It's okay to be a nerd. It's okay to only want to learn about education, seeking knowledge. Don't be so drunk by being entertained. Don't be so drunk by being popular. All of a sudden, everybody want to rock with you. Don't be entertained by that. Be entertained by learning. Let learning be your entertainment. Play life like it's a chess game. Learn how to play chess. One of the best games you can play, chess. And then that's how you play life, like it's a chess match. Start thinking 3 or 4 moves ahead. If a girl giving you all kind of attention, and if you are a female and a dude giving you so much attention, don't be mesmerized by it. Think, why? Why is this dude giving me all this attention? Why is this girl giving me all this attention? Why? And try to figure it out. Play chess, not checkers. Because if you fall for these people, guess what? You never know what might be on the back end. Don't be so quick to start with the peer pressure. We have to avoid peer pressure. If everybody wants you to drink, oh, take a shot, take a hit. And you say, nah, I don't want to do that. Oh, you scared. Okay, it's all right to be scared. You know what that means? It's time for you to go home. Take it from the OG. It's time for you to go home. Kids, listen to your parents. If your parents talk like that, listen to your parents. It's best to be bored than to be 6 feet deep or behind them walls. It's best to be bored than to be 6 feet deep or behind them walls. Got to understand that. It's best to be bored. And if they call you boring, cool. Be bored. But then do what? Play life like it's chess. And then make the best moves as possible. And then watch how they turn out. Watch how they be when they 30. Watch how they be when they 40. Watch how they turn out when they 50. And you will see, man, whoo, I'm so glad I made the right decisions. I'm so glad I didn't fall for that peer pressure. Because look at so-and-so. I'm over here, and so-and-so is stuck on MLK, begging for cigarettes, begging for beer. So it's all about decision making. Because life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Don't be so sucked up with peer pressure, wanting to be like the crowd. Everybody else drinking Don Julio. Well, I'm going to drink Don Julio too. You got to pay attention. Everybody else is whatever, snorting dope. Well, I'm going to snort dope too because everybody else doing it. Don't be like that. Don't be so suckered and entertained. Don't do it. Because you'll wind up in last place. And you'll wind up on MLK or Skid Row when you're 50 years old, wondering what happened to your life. And all you did was just trying to fit in. So I'm ending right there, chat. I love and I appreciate y'all for coming and rocking with me. I hope I put something on your mind. Yes, it's common sense, but everything ain't always common. Common sense ain't always all that common, chat. We know right from wrong. It's simple. Right, wrong. I'm going to go left, I'm going to go right. Yeah, we know the difference between right and wrong. It's called common sense. But common sense ain't all that common. Particularly in 2024. Y'all better listen to the OG. So with that being said, y'all think about what I'm saying. So with that being said, it's the one and only Stock Sniper. This is the Freedom of Speech channel. And I love and I appreciate y'all. Earn, spend less, and invest. And yes, making proper decisions in life and understanding. Common sense ain't really all that common. Pay attention to who you rock with. Pay attention to your circle. Don't get drunk by attention. That's an investment. How you act in life and how you live your life is an investment. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all, chat. To the next one, I'm out.